Sony Xperia 5 Mark II recently passed FCC certification. Now it cleared TENAA certification as well, confirming a number of details about the upcoming flagship. So first, let's start with the design. It has a familiar design that's almost identical to Xperia 5, and the dimensions are also almost the same. It has slim bezels and a standard size top with no notch or punch hole. Like last year's Xperia 5, the new model also features a triple camera shooter in the upper left corner of the back. Further, this new information corroborates previous reports on the existence of two extra buttons on the right side of the device. One acts as a shutter button while the other remains a mystery for now. Perhaps it could be a dedicated video shutter or Google Assistant button. Xperia 5 Mark II is also certain to retain the microSD card slot and 3.5mm headphone jack like previous Sony handsets. So all in all, the design isn't something new, which is good as it's compact, slim and checks all the right boxes. Speaking of the display, Sony Xperia 5 Mark II includes a 6.1-inch OLED with a resolution of 1080 by 2520 pixels and a 120Hz refresh rate with 240Hz touch sampling rate. In addition, this phone features a tall 21:9 aspect ratio and Corning Gorilla Glass 6 protection. The standard Snapdragon 865 will power this phone with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. Besides, it can also expand up to 256GB via microSD card. This device rocks a non-removable 4000 mAh battery with 18W fast charging and USB Type-C port. So this battery size will be enough to take you through the day without any problem, even if the display is clocked at 120Hz refresh rate at all times. On the back, the Xperia 5 Mark II camera carries a triple 12MP camera with an ultra-wide, wide and telephoto lens. The primary camera is a 12MP image sensor with 24mm lens with f1.7 aperture and 82° field of view. The 3x zoom telephoto camera is also 12MP and has an aperture of f2.4. The ultra-wide-angle lens is also 12MP, sports an f2.2 aperture, focal length of 16 and a very wide 124° field of view. Lastly, the Xperia 5 Mark II can record in 4K HDR up to 120fps and has Sony's optical steady shot, that is hybrid of OIS and EIS stabilization for video. Whereas for taking selfies and video calls, the phone houses an 8MP lens. In short, the Xperia 5 Mark II is shaping up to be a massive upgrade over the Xperia 5. Essentially, Sony has combined all the great features of Xperia 1 Mark II with a high refresh rate display within a more compact chassis. About its launch and price, the Sony Xperia 5 Mark II will see the daylight on September 17th. As for cost, it shall start around $750, which is translated to Rs 55,000. So what is your opinion about the Xperia 5 Mark II? Do let me know via comments, and as always, catch you guys in the next one.